Yo, what is up, you guys? Rack here, and I have another Tiny Tina's Wonderlands build for you guys today. And today, this is a Spellshot Brr-Zerker build. I know. Spellshot right now is stupidly good. I think Spellshot is honestly my favorite class because typically when I pick classes in Borderlands, I typically want a run and gun. I'm not a huge melee fan. I think I'm going to try a melee build eventually, but yeah, I think this right here is my go-to run and gun build because it's been doing major numbers for me. So without further ado, it crashed. I think Tiny Tina's crashed, or no, it just, I don't know. Tiny Tina's just decided to minimize itself. That's weird. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the skill tree. So obviously we're doing ambidextrous. We could do polymorph, but I don't really use polymorph like that because it's for me. And then you could use Dreadwind and things of that nature if you kind of made this more melee focused and you have like Anoints buffing out your melee, or if you have like rings and amulets that are buffing out melee, you could also do that. I think it works, but mostly this is for guns. So first skill I went into is reload speed because I always want to be shooting and I enjoy reloading fast. Then we have magic bullets. A portion of all increases the Fate Maker receives his spell damage is also applied to her gun damage. So this is really good because we have a lot of spell damage we do. This one is kind of interchangeable. You don't have to get this. I just prefer to have a faster fire rate. I mean, if you wanted to, you could easily put it in the spell sniper to where you increase the critical hit chance, or you can put it into, like I said, savagery to where you get more melee, or you could also dump it into instinct where you reload even faster than what you already are, or you can buff out your maximum health. You know, though, just basically this one's interchangeable. The rest of them you kind of need. Font of mana, this is basically just cooldown reductions, you know, stuff like that. Mage armor, you could go with this, but at the same time, if you wanted an extra point to put it somewhere else, you could just ignore it, because with this class it's not really about survivability. Really, this one's more along the lines of, hey, just wipe things out to where you don't give them a chance to one-shot you. So that's pretty much where this class goes. Well, this skill goes. You can grab it. I kind of keep it just in case I'm in a sticky situation and start spamming skills. Glass cannon gives us an extra 30% spell damage, which is really nice. Imbued weapon, whenever the Fate Maker casts a spell, her guns deal bonus damage of that spell's element for a duration. These stack and apply. That's why I'm using ambidextrous. I get normally I got one that's frost, and then I also get one just according to whatever I'm fighting, whether they be like a flesh enemy, armored, you know, things of that nature. That's typically what the second spell does, unless I'm running a buff Meister. High thread count is really good because it boosts up our spell weaving stacks. Currently the class mod I have boosts this up to 6. I think normally it just boosts up to you get 3 extra stacks, I believe. I think that's what it normally does. Then I have 1 slot, 1 kill. The Fate Maker gains increased gun damage per stack of spell weaving. Yeah, this is just extra gun damage, and that's per stack, I believe. With us having this, the base stacks we get with Spellshot is 5, but with the buff and high thread count, we also get a full 6, so that makes 11. And I believe this is 44% gun damage once we're fully stacked up. So that's really good. And then last but not least in this tree, we have gun critical hits have a chance to instantly reset all spell cooldowns. This skill has a short cooldown. The cooldown on this is only 5 seconds, so you really don't notice it at all. So you kind of just get to spam your spells, especially if you have really strong spells. You get to spam like there's no tomorrow. And so the highlight of the build is Brr-Zerker, because Brr-Zerker and Spellshot are kind of going hand in hand if you're specifically doing frost damage, and frost damage is really strong right now. Yeah, so this one, Ancestral Frost, we get 20% extra frost damage, which is good. Icebreaker basically allows us to do more damage with our frost weapon. People that are slowed down by the frost or completely frozen, we gain extra damage up to 30%, which is also really good. The old ways is basically kind of what Amara had in Borderlands 3, but a little bit better as well. I think these are kind of like Amara's class mod and her 1 skill kind of combined, because we get bonus damage and damage reduction the closer we are to enemies. So you can easily run a frost shotgun build with this as well, and you probably can do a disastrous amount of damage because you're just up that close, and then like if you hit a crit, like it's probably disgusting. I don't have anything invested in this really. It's cool. You could use it. Now, I think the only downside of this build, I can't really use Enrage because I don't have an action skill. But it is what it is. I mean, obviously, if I wanted to, I probably could just throw on Polymorph, since Polymorph does have the shortest cooldown, and we are running a thing that kind of lets us spam abilities more. But I'll test it out one of these days, and I'll just probably update it in the comments and be like, hey, you probably can use this, or if it's good or not, or if it's not good, you know, because we really don't have anything that really uses Enrage like that. Yeah, these pretty much are the only two, but yeah, the old ways are there. And then we also have Cold Snap. This is just movement speed and frost efficiency. I really got this for the frost efficiency, that way I can be freezing people and getting this to work more often, basically just extra damage. Going into the hero stats, typically I mostly boost out my Spellshot power because we do get a full 45% of this, so for gun damage, which is why we went into magic bullets. So I can do the math for you real quick. If we get 11 stacks, that's pretty much 55 times 11, that's 605% of bonus spell damage, which is, it sounds crazy because it is. And then we get 45% of that, so I can do, yeah, we get 272.25% bonus gun damage because of our skill, which is just really good. You also have Polymorph that increases that, but like I said, I don't really care for Polymorph. Brr-Zerker is really good because this also gives us more bonus frost damage, but whoa, okay, that's while enraged. We might have to do some enraging. Yeah, but pretty much these two, if you're buffing one or the other out, I would typically go Spellshot and leave Brr-Zerker as the one that's kind of on the afterthought, because Spellshot, you're going to get more use out of the Spellshot power. Going down to the hero points, as you can tell, I pretty much went into spell cooldown and status damage, and then like for the rest of my points, I just went skill cooldown, because why not? We never know when I'm going to run a skill. I mean, you don't have to put it in the skill cooldown. The main two I really wanted was spell cooldown and status damage, but you could easily put it in the crit damage if you like, or you can put it in the crit chance. The choice is up to you. The hero points really don't make or break the build. And then moving on over to weapons, I really only have a main two that I'm using with this, which is really just the liquid cooling and the Spriggan. Spriggan's really good. I think Spriggan's going to be one of those weapons, well, at least one of the purples that are always just a mainstay. I just got the red Hellion. I don't like it as much because I feel like it takes up a whole lot of your ammo, and just the damage isn't there for me. I don't like it. But then I also have this Jacob shotgun. On spellcast, I do increase elemental damage by 20% for 5 seconds. It's good. I just like Jacob's weapons because Jacob weapons are just so cool. I mean, just look at that. It's Jacob's. But yeah, these weapons are kind of just, I like them, especially the Spriggan. I mostly use the Spriggan for everything, but I also just got this liquid cooling, and I'm probably just gonna hold on to it. Maybe it's gonna do some damage. I know that it got nerfed recently, and I was already just still only using the Spriggan anyway, so it is what it is. We got this jagged goblin pickaxe with the crusher. I got the enchantment on it where it increases our gun damage by 30% for 10 seconds. But the real reason I got this pickaxe is because right down there at the bottom of the text, it says melee attack spawn gold. Whenever the Fate Maker picks up gold, it increases our movement speed, spell cooldown rate, and action cooldown rate by 6% for 5 seconds, and it stacks up to 5 times. So this is basically allowing us to basically just straight up be spamming our spells. And that's really good. I love that a lot because obviously we want to build up stacks as much as we can. That's why we also beefed up the reload speed, because the Spellshot's power, we have to reload and use our spells in order to gain a stack of spell weaving. These rings, really, I would tell you to use a mood ring mostly, but I have had like the worst luck when it comes to getting mood rings. I have several rings. Like I got one mood ring and it's for ability damage. Like, yeah, I don't have a whole lot of mood rings, and it's not very fun for me right now. I do have this. I think it buffs up the gun damage right there. I'm not sure, but also, yeah, I just don't have a whole lot of good stuff right now. Yeah, just as far as the rings goes, like I said, just the main one you want are mood rings, and I guess you can get the ring where it kind of increases the damage, well, increases the effects by 100% when you're fighting with a boss. I think those are the main two, but specifically the mood ring, because your shield's not really ever gonna be 100%, you know. And we can just increase spell damage right there, because why not? The shields don't really matter as much. You could easily go get a cursed wit, but luckily I found this, which is a glittering body rune. It says bone flesh teeth. I also got on spellcast increased elemental damage done by 20% for 5 seconds, which is really good. But I think the special ability is when we kill an enemy, we restore 15% of our maximum health, and we deal 20% bonus fire damage for a short duration. This is probably even better on Clawbringer, because Clawbringer kind of focuses on fire damage. Sadly, we're not, but I think really I kind of got this for the 15% maximum health, because it kind of helps keep us alive. And our class mod, you can probably find a better class mod. Like, I have several, but they're just not what I've been wanting. I don't really have one that goes in Spellshot like that, but this one, I probably could use it. But the thing is, I have to be standing still, and it's kind of counterintuitive, because we do buff out our movement speed. I just don't like standing still and shooting things. And then we only got like 25% gun damage, but like, you know, on this one, we got 25% gun damage. Then we also have all damage dealt, and then there's also companion damage, but we don't really have a companion, so that one's just like an afterthought. So that class mod is what it is. Moving along, we have the amulet. Like I said, amulets, like I really need better amulets and rings. I'm just having terrible luck with getting what I want. So amulets and rings on this build, for me personally, they're just spot fillers. I got increased frost damage and more spell shot damage. And while our health is full, healing from dark magic increases maximum health. It's not really anything we need. The rolls on it are just gun reload speed and dark magic efficiency. Not anything I can really use besides, like, you know, I don't really need dark magic efficiency because we're not using dark magic. And, you know, gun reload speed, why not? I really only got it for, like I said, the frost damage and spell shot power. Then I also have this. This is just a throwaway magic spell. You don't specifically need it. I've been using Buffmeister whenever I feel like doing like really fast runs. And, you know, these two don't have the best enchantments, but if I'm not really doing any bossing, typically I have been running the Glacial Cascade because I have a good enchantment on it, and the Glacial Cascade does really good damage. Then I also have a Twisted Jacker. I got like 2 of them that have like really good Anoints, so I can do like either lightning damage, but or I can also do fire damage. Mostly I've been doing fire because it's really good. I've been running into like more fleshy, and like, you know, I think fire and frost kind of go hand in hand, so, you know, it is what it is. That's pretty much the build though. What we're gonna do now, we're just gonna do a quick chaos run, and I'm gonna like I'm probably gonna cut some spots out. The chaos run for me typically with this build only takes me like 10 to 12 minutes, so I'm probably gonna like cut out a few parts and then, like, you know, maybe do the mid boss. So I'll see you guys there. right, you guys, and that was pretty much the run, dude. This build, it pretty much shreds. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, I did use the Buffmeister for the boss, as you can tell. Some of these bosses I hate, and I just pretty much use the Buffmeister. That way I don't have to deal with them. And Banshee's one of those one I hate. And also Son of a Witch, I think that's his name. Yeah, hate him. So I do not feel bad about cheating those bosses, but that's pretty much the run. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'm gonna have the save file down in my Discord, so feel free to join the Discord just to get the save file and also hang out in there, because we also play Paladins. I've also gotten into League of Legends now, so there's a bunch of times where I'll probably just be in there playing with a bunch of friends. Hey, feel free to hop in sometimes. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace.